They love to be petted. There you go. Pet TJ. Big old TJ. He was a racehorse when he was young, and then he worked for the Forest Service for many years, and now
somewhere out on the prairie.
Hi there, I'm Maury Jones, known to everybody as Jonesy of Jackson Hole.
And hi there, I'm Linda Jones.
This is my sweet wife. I was riding Shadow, my old buddy, up in the mountains, and when he came to a log and he had to step over it and kind of drug his left hind leg over the thing instead of stepped over it, and I thought he's got something wrong, so I took him to the vet, and the vet diagnosed arthritis. I said, but he's only 22 years old. You know, he should be good for another 8 years. And the vet said, well, it's like people. Some get arthritis at 50 and some later. What do you do with an old friend that has taken you literally thousands of miles in some of the roughest terrain on the planet, and now all of a sudden he can't climb mountains anymore? So horses need an old folks home just like people do. They need a place where they can retire in comfort and safety and peace. So that's how the idea of the horse rescue was born. But in 2011, I got hired to be a manager and caretaker of a 256-acre ranch just west of the Jackson Hole Airport. And we cut a deal where he would provide 40 acres of irrigated pasture for the horse rescue in exchange for me taking his family and friends horseback riding when they come. And that is a win-win for both. We get free pasture, which is worth a ton of money.
We get people phoning us up from various places, usually within the state of Wyoming. We get horses that are old, some are lame, some have had accidents, and some of them are sick. And we bring them here and we try to nurse them and give them a good home and supplement them with their feed.
We got a call from a lady in Cody, Wyoming, and she said that they flew out from Michigan to settle her father's affairs. He died of a heart attack, and he had two old horses there that are lame and don't walk very well. And so normally we wouldn't go that far to get horses, but this was a hardship case. So we drove 310 miles to Cody, got the two horses. There's a big paint horse, Patches, and then the little horse was named Pico. But after we brought him back here, we renamed him Romeo because he absolutely fell in love with our mares. And I mean, he was little Romeo. He was going to each one mare, just hustling them and everything. It was so cute. So we renamed him Romeo. But now he can walk. His feet had grown out so long from lack of care that he couldn't hardly walk. Now we've trimmed him up. You can see how friendly he is. He's just a real sweetheart. And then the big old Patches, he's still got some foot problems. We're still working on that. And speaking of that, by the way, we have 7 horses right now that we are treating for foot and hoof problems. We give them special treatment every day. And we got one horse that we're treating for a bad eye problem. But that's where we get horses. People call us and say, we need to get rid of our horse for this reason or that reason. And we determine if we have enough room to take them in. We literally turn down a dozen horses a year because we just don't have the room. This is Jojo. He came to us because in the winter of a year and a half ago, he had slipped on the ice and fallen over backwards and landed on his back, and he broke his withers. He broke them right over like that, and the veterinarian said they may heal and they may not, and he has healed up. We've never put a rider on him yet. Good boy, good boy. This is my buddy Scout. He's my favorite horse. So he's one that was given to us because he was just a little colt and people didn't know what to do with him. One reason that people are having to get rid of horses now is the price of hay has gone up from about $100 a ton 4 years ago to $300 a ton now. And they just can't afford to keep them. We need to find somebody that will help us lease or buy a good sized piece of pasture or ranch land that we can turn some horses loose out on that just need an old folks home. That's what we need, is an old folks home for horses. We'll have to keep some here that we always have to doctor, but in other places, those that don't need personal attention every day could be out to pasture. We have volunteers come and help out with the horse rescue, and quite often I get calls of people wanting to go to work for the horse rescue and ask what we pay. None of us are paid. We've all been volunteers right from the very start. And basically it's a labor of love. It's not something you do to try to make money. Here come the horses headed back out to pasture. There's Scout. Look how photogenic he is with the Grand Teton behind him. Oh, look at Little Bit run. She wants to run. And then there's Big Copper, then Nugget, and Romeo, and then Huckleberry. Cheyenne is the black and white one. Ginger is the other one on the other side. Then there's Cinco, who has 5 feet. Jojo, who broke his withers. There's Rooster, he's just getting old and got arthritis. There's Hattie. Patches is the other one we went to get in Cody.
Fly with you across the sunrise. Discover what begins each shining day. Discover what begins each shining